The silence in Montecito is no longer peaceful. It is heavy with the weight of an empty house and a broken promise. On the night of February 6, 2026, the history of the House of Sussex did not just change, it ended. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, sat before a microphone on his podcast Unfiltered, his voice trembling not with anger, but with the hollow shock of a man who has lost his anchor. He revealed to the world that Meghan Markle has left. Not for a retreat, not for a business trip, but for good. The details are chilling in their precision. Harry described the moment Meghan stood in their living room, looked him in the eyes, and delivered a sentence that will haunt the royal annals for decades. "I'm done pretending." She didn't leave in tears. She left with a plan. According to Harry, this was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a calculated extraction. While Harry was managing the crumbling foundations of their Archewell brand, Meghan was allegedly coordinating with a new circle of influence, elite, powerful, and astronomically wealthy. Harry spoke of a Middle Eastern royal figure, a man described by Meghan as worthy of her time and image. The stinging comparison was made explicitly clear. She wanted someone respected and powerful, not, in her words, some broke royal clinging to relevance in Hollywood. As Harry recounted these words, the vulnerability was palpable. He described being stripped of his dignity within his own marriage, reduced to what he called a production prop, rather than a husband. The departure itself was cinematic in its ruthlessness. Harry watched from an upstairs window as a black SUV idled in the driveway. 4 suitcases, 2 security escorts he didn't recognize, and Meghan, walking away without a backward glance. There was no goodbye to the staff, no final family dinner, just the cold efficiency of a flight plan. Aviation records confirmed Harry's worst fears. A Gulfstream G650, linked to a Qatari holding company, departed Burbank at 10:12 p.m. that night. Its destination? Le Bourget, Paris, for a brief layover, before continuing to the glitz of Dubai. 17 hours later, the Duchess, or perhaps now, just Meghan, was photographed entering the exclusive Royal Emirates Club. She was not alone. By her side was a mysterious man in a cream sherwani, marking the beginning of her new life and the definitive end of the Sussex experiment. If the marriage's end was a tragedy, the impact on the children, Archie and Lilibet, is a catastrophe. In the most heart-wrenching segment of his broadcast, Harry detailed the psychological toll this fracturing home has taken on his son and daughter. The innocence of childhood has been pierced by the sharp edges of adult ambition. Harry shared, a moment that stunned listeners into silence. His 7-year-old son, Archie, looking at him with confusion and asking, "Why don't you have a castle? You're just a sad prince with no kingdom." Harry knew these weren't a child's words. They were echoes of conversations Archie had overheard, insults mimicked from a mother who had grown to resent the very title she once coveted. Lilibet, only 4, has reportedly withdrawn into silence, sensing the vacuum left by a mother who, according to court filings, has not made contact since boarding that plane. While the emotional debris mounts, a financial storm of biblical proportions is tearing through what remains of their empire. The Sussex brand, once valued at over $25 million, is now a forensic crime scene. Harry's legal team has filed devastating documents in the Los Angeles Superior Court, outlining a complete financial deconstruction. The Montecito estate, their ire, symbol of American freedom, is teetering on the brink of foreclosure with $1.8 million in outstanding mortgage payments. But the rot goes deeper. The Archewell Foundation, their philanthropic beacon, has been frozen. Auditors are combing through ledgers that allegedly show millions of dollars diverted. The allegations are specific and damning. $850,000 spent on wellness and leadership reimbursements that appear to be thinly veiled invoices for Cartier jewelry, Chanel couture, and high-end luxury goods. Items Harry claims were gifted to Meghan by her new partner, but paid for by the foundation's reputation. A further $400,000 was reportedly wired to a shell corporation in Dubai. The Department of Justice has flagged these transactions. The IRS is involved. What was meant to be a legacy of compassion has allegedly been used as a personal piggy bank to fund a lifestyle that the couple's actual income could no longer support. Harry, now isolated, is left holding the receipts for a life he didn't buy, fighting a battle on two fronts, one for his children's souls and another to stay out of financial ruin. As the dust settles on the revelations, the reaction from London has been swift, though characteristically subtle. The palace walls are breached, not by scandal, but by necessary intervention. Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has emerged as the moral North Star in this crisis. Breaking royal protocol of silence, she reportedly sent a private message, not to Harry, but directed at the welfare of the children. No matter where a child wakes up, they deserve stability, truth, and love. It is a stark contrast to the legal Iron Curtain being lowered by Princess Anne. The Princess Royal, tasked with enforcing the boundaries of the monarchy, has made it clear. There will be no half measures, no housing, no security, no royal privileges, for Harry until the legal custody battle is resolved. The message is brutal but necessary. The crown deals in structure, not sentiment. Meanwhile, in Dubai, Meghan's reinvention is in full swing. Her team has launched the Sapphire Crescent initiative, a branding pivot so sharp it has given observers whiplash. The websites are live, the PR is glowing in local editorials, and the narrative is clear. She is a woman reborn, a sovereign of self. There is no mention of Harry, no mention of the children. It is a clean slate purchased with distance and silence. Her legal team's response to Harry's custody filing was a single, chilling, no contest regarding parenting responsibilities, provided her financial terms are met. It is, as experts have noted, a geopolitical pivot that seemingly excludes her past entirely. The saga culminated in a moment that will be etched in history. On the morning of February 15th, Prince Harry stepped out at Clarence House, alone. No Meghan by his side, no royal entourage, just a man, a podium, and the cold truth. He formally announced the divorce proceedings, his intent to seek full custody, and his desire to return to the UK, not for titles, but for duty and safety. As he removed his wedding band and placed it on the podium, it wasn't just a marriage ending. It was the final shattering of the illusion. The prodigal son is trying to return, but the cost of his journey has been everything he once held dear. The reckoning has arrived, and for the House of Sussex, there is no turning back.